Captain Hipper, or should I say former captain according to Lyncis, has arrived. Being the latest VOLT Frost unit and former captain of the Hope Fleet, one can only hope that Hipper will take VOLT to new heights. Even though she has blacked out on 2 occasions, but still, her flashy gameplay and raw power may just be a strong enough force to reckon with. She also has a pretty sick weapon in the form of a rapier. So, with Hipper on the team, let's see what she brings to the table. Hipper is a DPS weapon similar to recent units with the traits VOLT and Frost Fusion, VOLT Frost Resonance, Force Impact, and On Field, dealing damage to nearby enemies every 1.5 seconds after you attack them. In fact, she is so on field that she has no buffing capabilities. What does this mean? If Hipper is on the team, she will be the main DPS weapon without a question. In other words, you'll start combat by buffing her with the other 2 weapons and then switching to Hipper, performing her fencing combos to deal big damage to the target. Hipper's main damage comes from her 5th normal attack and 2nd phase of her skill. Her special dodge attack allows you to skip 4 parts of the normal attack and do the 5th attack directly. Basically, after using her skill, you'll do normal attacks and wait for the special dodge attack. After using that special dodge attack, you'll just do 1 more attack and finish it off with her 2nd skill. Sounds confusing, right? It is! Worry not, let's look at the in-depth skill description. Hipper has 2 phases or branches of her skill. 1. After using her skill, increases the damage exponentially. This Field Sync skill gives you a brief immunity and deals big AoE damage to nearby targets. You then enter a joint combat state where you get a robo partner to waltz with. This state lasts for 22 seconds with a cooldown of 21 seconds. Essentially, if timed right, you can ensure the uptime of the skill and its effects. Under this state, Hipper's normal attacks are stronger and she summons her robot to assist her in combat. Wait a minute, where have we seen this before? Robot assistance? Oh yeah, Ray, also VOLT. Makes sense. When this joint combat state reaches 9 seconds, you'll activate an instant raid buff, and with this, you can use her special dodge attack skill, Spiral Waltz, and unlocking her 2nd skill, Swish Combo. Swish Combo is the 2nd branch of her skill, which deals big damage to nearby targets when using it. This also serves as the finishing move to all those combos you did earlier on. Her dodge attacks have 2 types. 1 is the normal directional dodge attack or just dodge plus attack, which does nothing special. The 2nd part is the important one. When you reach 9 seconds after using her main skill, you get this instant raid buff, and using any dodge attack will deal AoE damage to nearby targets. At this moment, after using this special dodge attack Spiral Waltz, doing 1 more normal attack counts as the 5th normal attack and deals big damage to the target. This special combo has a high multiplier and is an integral part of her rotation to maximize damage. The tricky part, however, is in the timing. Using this dodge attack too fast will miss the window, resulting in a loss of damage. Dodge attack gameplay, ew! Hipper's normal attacks have 2 parts as well, with and without using her skill. Without using her skill, those normal attacks are pretty useless and you're not going to use them. After using her skill, the normal attacks are stronger and her 5th hit combo has a big multiplier, which is further increased if you equip her 2-piece matrix set. What in the world? VOLT mains, take note. Previously, most of the VOLT damage comes from skill damage and some may be using high skill damage Titan stats. Hipper, on the other hand, would benefit more from normal attack Titan bonuses, so you may need to inspect your Titan gears and adjust accordingly. There's also this hold attack skill which you can use to move closer to your target. holding down the attack button will teleport you to your locked on target. Seems handy I guess, but not relevant in your rotations. Oh, and she has a pretty funny plunge attack where she plunges with her robot and does some synchronized skating move when you land.
For what?
Her Discharge deals big damage to nearby targets but does not have any special buffs tied to it. It's also pretty tough to find any moment in the rotation to use said Discharge. You're better off jump cancelling it and focus on her main rotation. Hipper's trait is a no-brainer. If she's on the team, use her trait, period. Come on man, 18% final damage with VOLT damage and more final damage? It's designed to hurt others in my opinion, so use her trait as long as she's on the team. On the relic side, the preferred relic of choice would be the buff dealer at minimum 2 stars, best performance being 5 stars. Second relic would be the Battle Eye Mark II at minimum 2 stars, best performance being 5 stars. These are Battle Pass relics, so for a new player that is considering to get these relics, you can choose to follow this route. Get buff dealer and level it to 2 stars, then Battle Eye Mark II at 2 stars, and after having both relics at 2 stars, you can go 5 stars for buff dealer and lastly 5 stars for Mark II. It's up to you. Other relics such as the rifle, mask, bubble gun are all usable if you don't have the Mark II or buff dealer. What is not recommended would be the overdrive shot as Hipper's second skill consumes charges from it, resulting in said charges depleting faster than your cooldown and a loss of damage overall. F2P players can still go with the Koan 2 stars and Omnium Shield 5 stars in place of those premium relics. Hipper's 2-piece matrix set gives a lot of VOLT attack similar to all the latest matrices and increases her 5th hit of the normal attack chain to almost double its damage. This is a significant boost as we use a lot of her 5th hits in our rotation, and this 2-piece increment is valuable for her DPS performance. Her 4-piece set gives the usual VOLT damage increase with an additional final damage boost and crit damage boost when Hipper is on field. VOLT teams that do not have good background matrices, you can consider getting a base 4-piece matrix set as it does provide good damage at base 0 stars. The difference from 0 star to 3 star is not as gigantic as you think it is. I'd say go with whatever your resources are comfortable with. For free to play, it is recommended to use at least 2-piece Hipper matrices combined with another 2-piece matrix from the standard options. Samir, Cobalt B, Skylar are all decent on-field matrices you can choose from. Hipper is a super main DPS. In the meta VOLT team, she would replace Meryl Ironheart as the alpha and supported by her other buffing weapons. At present, the strongest VOLT team would be Hipper, Antoria, and Void Piercer, with Hipper being the main DPS. If you're going for low advancements, you may find it difficult surviving challenging content or bosses with high damage as their survivability isn't too good at 0 stars. Usable but with a clause. For those who do not have Void Piercer but have Antoria, you'll sub VP with Nola as the supporting altered weapon, which is usable but not really the best. Next up would be the altered VOLT team of Void Piercer and Nola supporting Hipper in the main DPS role. A lot of players have both these altered weapons. This team works fine in single and team content. For those that want to use Meryl with Hipper, you can somewhat do so with Void Piercer as the third unit. In this comp, you'd have to use Meryl's Discharge, let it run, and then swap back to Hipper to ensure your rotation goes smooth. F2P players can pair Hipper with a 3-star Huang and the third unit being Tianlang or Fenrir to boost her damage. Fair warning, using Tianlang is a high-risk, high-reward playstyle. If your Hipper is low star, then Huang needs to be at 3 star for the cooldown reduction and also the VOLT damage buffs. It's not recommended to use her at 0 star. As usual, I'd always recommend F2P players to also include altered weapons in the mix. But if you're new and don't have them, this team works fine. Looking at the DPS charts, the fully maxed out Hipper team brings VOLT back to the top, about 4 to 5% over Aster's physical team. Replacing Meryl Ironheart as the new main DPS for VOLT, Hipper brings a big boost to the overall team damage, approximately 30% increment over the old VOLT team. Second in line would be Hipper, Antoria, and Nola. For those who don't have Void Piercer, you just have to ride on Hipper and Antoria as the VOLT core. Third, we have the Altered Hipper team featuring Void Piercer and Nola. Decent altered comp that most players may have. After that, we have the two Meryl Ironheart teams featuring Hipper and Antoria and Hipper with Void Piercer. Meryl and Hipper are very main DPS caliber, and you know Hipper doesn't really want to share the spotlight, so it's kind of usable but not the best you can do. Sorry, Meryl. Hipper's 1-star reduces the special dodge attack timing from 9 seconds to 3 seconds. What this means is 0-star Hipper will need to do 2 normal attack rotations for the dodge attack to be available. With 1-star, you can perform it after 1 normal attack rotation. The second part of this is her 5th normal attack will mark targets with an effect. Using her second skill will deal additional big damage to those marked targets. So at 1-star, you're looking at about 8 to 9% increment over a base 0-star Hipper. At 3 stars, you get increased VOLT damage and also some damage mitigation. Doing any VOLT damage will give you a stack of the 10% damage reduction capped at 20%. So essentially, as long as you're doing VOLT damage with any weapon, you can get the 20% reduction at all times. At 5 stars, you gain VOLT resistance strat and heals you when swapping Hipper to the background, providing the team survivability in high damage content modes. This star also allows the Meta VOLT team to gain 45% resistance strat, which is very good in endgame modes such as Origin of War, Frontier Clash Evolution, and Raids. Her 6 stars are the usual damage buffs, giving you big final damage boost and an additional skill boost. A must-have for our min-max rankers at residential whales, but not mandatory if resources are limited. As the newest and latest VOLT main DPS of the team, Hipper does bring big damage to the table with her flashy fencing skills, but only if you do her rotations efficiently. On one hand, she is very strong, but on the other, she doesn't provide any buffs if you swap her off field. This means that once there is another main DPS contender, she will be replaced immediately. You can use a 0-star Hipper to replace a 6-star Meryl, and you can use a 0-star Hipper with a 6-star Meryl as well. In the current TOF meta, most of the bosses, be it solo or team play, have higher health bars and thicker resistance to our attacks, so you may want to consider investing in Hipper if you're a VOLT main. Older teams may struggle to fight the latest enemies at level 100. For rankers and min-maxers, you can't miss out on her and risk leaving a big hole in your team for the next couple of versions. No way! But for new players, it is a good start point to get one copy of Hipper and pair her with VOLT weapons from the standard pool. That at least will give you some comfort in battles. What do you think of Hipper? Is she worth the time? Or are you hoping for a better future unit that will lead the way? Let me know in the comments and I'll see ya in the next one.